fantastic to have some hockey, courtesy of the Canterbury Hockey Association, playing host in association with Hockey New Zealand. So Ngā Punawai is the magnificent venue here, and about to front up to each other are the Wellington and Canterbury men's sides after the first match between the women, the Wellington women and the Canterbury women. Canterbury coming out with a 2-0 win. Sam Grimshaw providing expert comments, having a look at these temperatures, 15 degrees, 9k easterly coming into the stands here at Ngā Punawai, but brighter conditions than when we started the very first match. That overcast cloud has got the sun bursting through on occasion. The lights are on, as we need a little bit of extra light, but these two teams about to come out and do battle with each other. And I'd have to say, as a total generalisation, that both teams, will have a look at them individually in a moment, but very young players. Sam Grimshaw, what do you make of that Wellington lineup?
Really exciting there, Leslie. Great to see the Wellington team travelling down. Like you see, the good mix of the young and the old in the team. See Dane Leto out on the team there. Blackstick, quite an experienced Blackstick player. Really good to see him out there making the trip down.
Yep, and Lachlan Patton's the captain. Keep an eye out on wearing number 10, Isaac Dyer, as well. And for the Canterbury Cavs, well, we talked about youth, the Morrison brothers there, Nick Lidstone. You know, there's just so much there for young players to have a look at and match themselves up against these Wellington players. Yeah,
it's fantastic to see these young players out there. I'm sure Brad Shaw's been spreading his knowledge around the changing room, trying to motivate the boys, keep them calm for a big game. Probably their first match against Wellington since late 2019. So a couple of years in between drinks for the players to get there and face off against each other. So it's really exciting for these players.
So you caught the women's game that finished, 20 minutes ago. You'll notice that there'll be a slight difference in the pace and the way the game is executed, but I always think one of the best things about the women's game is that you can see the build-up and the passing movements, but it'll be quick here. Our two umpires, Ben Grant, Sam Doran. Nice to have them here in Christchurch. Of course, Sam from Otago and Ben from South Canterbury. So good for them to get that experience. We talk about the players. Fantastic having this hockey and Otautahi Cup, but great for the umpires.
Really great. We spoke to the umpires pre-game on the trip up here. Said it was terrible weather coming through Ashburton and Timaru, but it's great to see it's cleared up today. Sam and Ben, two very experienced umpires, and it's fantastic to have them here in Christchurch for the Otautahi Cup.
So on the opening day, of course, there'll be a whole lot of action tomorrow. Same venue, same players in the teams, and just getting the nod from the officials as to when they can bring them back. So Canterbury waited a long time. They'll play an aggressive game, I have no doubt. Hard running, and of course they've got so many in the squad. Lots of rotations, so the orders from the coach will be to go out and bust your gut, really, because there's lots of others who can come on and take your place.
Definitely, the hockey, modern day hockey's become a really athletic game, really fast-paced game. As we see the players line up, I'm sure the Canterbury team will be buoyed with the return of David Bryden. Been over in Tokyo recently at the Olympics. Great to see Dave out there. Usually based in Auckland, but he's spent all of Auckland's lockdown down in Christchurch. It's been great for him, and again great for the team to have such an experienced player out there.
It is like Dane Lett for Wellington to have David Bryden, Tokyo Olympians, come back and join this Otautahi Cup, not only for the players but the quality of the game, and they match themselves against them. They'll try and take the ball off them, and they'll learn from them. It's just fantastic to have them here, and good on them for making themselves available. Brad Shaw on screen, great that he's come back as well with his wealth of knowledge.
Exactly, yeah, the Canterbury team will be excited to have him out there. I know about a month ago he was actually out injured, had a broken hand for a bit of time, but it's great to see this extended season has enabled him to get back out there fit. I know Brad prides himself on his fitness, which is really good. He's a CrossFitter now, so he's going to really get out there and probably put a lot of strength, power, aggression into the game, and it's going to be great to see.
Yeah. 3 Olympics he went to, Beijing, London and Rio, Brad Shaw.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and a couple of Commonwealth Games in there as well, so he'll want to match it with the young brigade as well. Canterbury ready, and Wellington now making their way to the middle. All set for a start in Game 2 of Otautahi Cup 2021. Just a bit of change in personnel on that Canterbury side as the run-on team changes somewhat, but it is with Wellington and a high overhead to start proceedings. Charlie Morrison, the younger of the Morrison brothers, and already demanding that 5 metres. So setting the tone early, the umpires, that's what you want, because the very first thing they have to do is take the danger out of the game. Joe Morrison wearing 1, Charlie wearing 2. The Marist Club stalwarts as they've become at their tender age. A lovely little flick through. We saw with the Wellington women how they love to use that left flank early on. Wellington. Very quick down that left flank now. Opportunity to get into that circle. There was a bit of just liking to seeing the ball go over the baseline, so an early test for that Canterbury defence. Liam Mortimer wearing 20. Now what opportunity here now for Jack Gilbert.
I'm sure we'll see Jack later on today on the top of the penalty corner bracket for the Canterbury Cavaliers. I know he's one of the top goal scorers in the local competition. Really strong drag flicker, so it'll be great to see him test his skills against a great goalkeeper down the other end for Wellington.
Yeah, he's really come good, hasn't he, in this club hockey, Jack Gilbert. Yeah, lovely little one-on-one. Beautiful work, lovely body balance. Benedict Van Verkum wearing 4. Bryce Smith for Canterbury. Offloads over onto the right-hand side. Effortlessly gets the ball across. And the big touch inside. Will it go over the base? No, good touch by goalkeeper. Morrison reads it well, comes up and retrieves possession for Canterbury. They press again, the Wellington defence. Joshua Irwin wearing 10.
Josh, this is Josh's first year in the Canterbury colours, down from Auckland for university. Really good to see him making some impact early.
So quick, a lovely little twist and turn in there. Oh, goal number 1. What a finish. And very quickly and very smartly on the score sheet, Canterbury have delivered.
I talked about Jack at the going to be threatening at the top of the penalty corner bracket, but then we see him on the far post. Nice gentle deflection into the bottom corner, past goalkeeper William Zhao.
Well, Zhao used to be down here, didn't he? Played for university, but he has already seen the touch, but wasn't quick enough to stop that one from Jack Gilbert. 1-0 Canterbury. Early stages, first 15, first quarter. And we talked about that youthful exuberance and how quick that they would want to execute the players, and they've shown that already. Charlie Morrison instigating it by retrieving possession, and then it was all business in that shooting circle. Big strong whistle. Canterbury shutting down Wellington out on the left flank. Dane Lett wearing 14 for Wellington. Tokyo Olympian. Good period of play for Wellington just to hold the ball, start setting something up, bring the pressure on where it counts. Lett with the ball for the black and golds. Yeah, well read by the Canterbury defence. Lawrence Darling wearing 12. There he is. It's so quick, Sam. You know, the interchange and the wrist play of the players.
Well, it's fantastic as we see a turnover here from Josh Ewan, looking to send the team forward. But as we talked about hockey, this is a great counter-attacking sport. One turnover, back down the other end. Great opportunity going into the circle.
And Workham got it in there.
Louis Beckett in the cage, CPL Championship goalkeeper. Great save there first up.
Van Workum again tries to work it down, and he earns himself a penalty corner. Well, this will be interesting. Set piece play, this is what we love. How accurate, how quickly can they execute at penalty corner?
Be interesting to see what Wellington have at the top of the circle here. I think Dane Lett will be instrumental. Saw him in the warm-up, warming up his drag flicks. Callum Slavin, also a drag flicker from Canterbury, moving up to Wellington recently for work. And it looks like we've got Callum and Dane both on the bracket.
And Van Workum to inject from the baseline. So, yeah, 14 and 13, Slavin, as you mentioned, and Lett hovering at the top for their chance to tie it all up. It is Lett at goal. And goal is, look at that, Sam Grimshaw, perfectly put to the right of the goalkeeper. It's not always about the power, is it? Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see on the replay there if we got a slight touch on the far post, whether it was a defender or an attacker. Again, Dane, the strong upper body. Like you said, Leslie, it might have just been placement over power there.
Well,
sending it down low.
Yeah, was it Lett or was it Van Workum? Did he get a wee touch? I guess we'll find out. But taking those 2 steps in from the top of the circle, and it just makes it so much harder for the defence, for the runner, for the goalkeeper.
It shows how crucial that set play is, isn't it? See, at the Olympics, at the international level, this is where a lot of the goals come from, the set piece.
Oh, that was
Wellington
wonderful.
pushing forward.
A lovely bit of subtlety in there as well, and so quick on the counter-attack. Whoa. Lucky they breathe again, do Canterbury.
And like most sports, when we have one goal, we often see another straight away. Both teams trying to reset. See Wellington here dropping out to a bit of a half-court defence.
1-1.
Felix rolls on the ball. With Wellington falling away here, Leslie, back towards halfway, they're sort of enticing Canterbury to push forward. Not putting too much pressure on, but sort of saying, Canterbury, what are you going to show us?
Just catching a foot and turn over quickly. You cannot rest for 1 minute, and a little bunt on again. Can he get the shot away?
Patrick Meta stuck down in the corner. Great skills, 3D skills, ball off the ground.
Oh, lovely exit ball too. A lovely tackle first up, and then look at that, 3 passes in a row. George Baker, can he retrieve the ball for himself? Running in pairs, and umpire says that's just a little too aggressive.
It's that fearless aggression that these young players show, Leslie. It's not something I'd be comfortable with out there, but...
Oh, great ball from Lett into the circle. Couldn't link up. Looking for Karouche. Corner it is. Look at that presence and mana that Dane Lett has. He's on the ball now. Surveys what's ahead of him, has a look back and says, no, we'll go across. We'll try and open up the defence. A little bit of hesitation before Canterbury really got onto that. Bryce Smith being deemed to protect the ball just a little bit too much there and got the whistle against him in a very precarious position in defence. Wow, that is some defending, isn't it, from Brad Shaw?
Bradley Shaw, this is going to be his MO all day, I think, Leslie. He'll be staunch in the circle.
I mean, one of the biggest, tallest players out there, and look how low he can get and follow the ball out. Great testament to his flexibility.
And he, like I said, he prides himself on his fitness. Turnover, though, no.
Here he is.
I think Brad in years gone by has been playing with a custom hockey stick too, slightly longer than the average stick. Extra reach, extra leverage on the sweeps.
He's Lett with the ball now for Wellington, and boy, they get the ball forward. They attack in numbers. It's quick interchange, and Shaw's there to retrieve for Canterbury. They breathe a sigh of relief. Come away. And it goes right into the middle, into no man's land for Canterbury, but it's a chance, pinpoint chance for Wellington to have another ping. Really
good passage of play here for the Wellington team. camp down the one end of the field. I'm sure Coach Grant Ebridge from the Cavaliers will be happy with Bradshaw and Dave Bryden, 2 Olympians, holding the defensive line back here.
So how much hockey would someone...
Canterbury haven't spent much time down the centre of the field, Leslie. Interesting to see if they can build a wee bit of pressure.
It's nice to be able to just hold it, isn't it? You're absolutely right. And start and generate some defensive pressure on, or some attack pressure on the Wellington defence. Just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It's 1-1. Jack Gilbert for Canterbury. And Dane Lett, expert penalty corner to the goalkeeper's right. That's what we're crediting him with it anyway. We're not saying it's absolute, because Benedict Van Workum was lurking around that touch-in area. Had a few free hits against them in this defensive area Canterbury have. Got to keep your eye on the ball here and have excellent footwork, and they do. They come away with the ball up that right flank, making good progress.
Young Charlie Morrison there, one of the Morrison boys. Still at high school at the moment, Leslie. It's fantastic to see him out there mixing with the senior players.
Now through the left flank. Some intrepid play coming from the team wearing red and black now, controlling possession and keeping the ball in the defensive half of Wellington. Just under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Spirited opening 15. Good twist and turn in there. And the whistle going against Canterbury. Chance to relieve the pressure. They'll be aware of where they are in terms of, look at that, it's effortless. Just to flick the ball up and make so much progress, so handy. Dyer has it now.
Important stage of the game here, 10 seconds left for both teams. As we know, it can be so quick to score a goal in hockey.
Cohen, speculative.
That's all it takes, Leslie. I'm sure the Black Sticks were aware years ago in the Olympics. It doesn't take long to score a couple of goals in the game of hockey.
No, absolutely right. I think that German match will be seared in their brain. That this is the end of 15 in a very quick first 15 in this match between the Wellington men and the Canterbury Cavaliers. It is 1-1, courtesy of goal scorer Jack Gilbert for Canterbury, and then Dane Lett, penalty corner, direct shot, we're saying at this stage, for Wellington. 1-1 after 15. Well, they didn't disappoint in the first 15 of this match between Wellington men and Canterbury men, the Cavaliers. 1-1, and it was fast-paced, Sam Grimshaw, and there's some lovely skills on show.
Yeah, really interesting first quarter. Both teams are trying to feel the other team out. A few defensive presses falling away, letting the opposition dictate the play a little bit. Interesting to see if coaches Bjorn Dix and Grant Edwards are going to change anything after that first quarter, if they're happy with the state of the game.
Here we are underway with a huge overhead down, right down the other end, looking for Van Workum, who is worrying that Canterbury defence. But well retrieved. Oh, that was a tough tackle coming in from Slaven. Shot at goal. Get a little touch with it.
It must have came off the boot there of Canterbury defender Simon Yorston.
So penalty corner.
It's great to see the defenders, Leslie, strutting up for the penalty corners. They know it's their moment to get up in the attacking circle.
I was intrigued to know whether you volunteer for the running out position or you get told you're doing it.
Personally, I wouldn't volunteer, Leslie. The ball moving that quickly, that hard. Just that fearlessness of the youths.
Well, there's a bit of protection with the rules, isn't there, that you can't drag flick straight at them. You have to go around them.
Again, we see Dane Lett and Callum Slaven on the bracket. Might see Callum step away again, let Dane take this one again.
Let's see what they can do. Can we deal with what is being put at them?
Great save.
Yeah, that is a good touch.
Billy Beckett in the goal there for Canterbury Cavaliers.
He's been called on to make a couple of early saves. And off they go again through Lett at the corner.
Definitely a confidence builder for a keeper, Leslie, being able to keep those drag flicks out.
Especially from a New Zealand black stick. player. It's something that you write down in your little book of tricks, isn't it? Which way they like to go and use it for future reference. Cam Steffert has it for Canterbury, intercept. And
great pass, Simon Yorston.
Oh, yes. Wow. Opportunity. And in the end, getting a deflection over the back line. And that just shows you what can happen from absolutely nothing. A steal and a shot at goal. Still, it's not out. And those young, hungry players who stay down low, George Baker in there hovering. Just trying to draw out Wellington. Canterbury trying to keep possession, but inching their way into that attacking third. Here they are now. Bryce Smith trying to keep the ball. He's got it now for Canterbury. Into the circle. Baker moves on to the post. Still there. Shot at goal. Goal number 2. Well engineered. Canterbury. They go up 2-1.
Looked to me like Dave Bryden in there, Leslie.
So look at the replay. Great team goal.
Yeah, really great strength here from Joey Morrison. Dribbling his way through the circle as we watch.
Build up there. A little dribble from Morrison, as you said. Got the ball through the defenders, and the finish from Bryden. Emphatic finish. 2-1 Canterbury. Again, the sun bursting through the cloud cover. Shining on Canterbury at the moment. Morrison hovering around to try and get the ball back. He does. This pass on to the composure. Baker has it out on the right flank.
Bit of a momentum shift at the moment here, Leslie. Canterbury, the better of the teams at the moment, pushing forward David Bryden.
Well, they've just upped the ante, haven't they? The pace of the game. Good, nice twist turn, trying to find a foot. Nobody there. The old wave from Bryce Smith says sorry. Played a lot together too, Bryden and Smith. Baker putting some pressure on. Look at that too. And they've won it, the pair of them, and just can't quite keep it. But that's what you want to do. Pressurise the defenders.
And I think with the analysis these teams do, I'm sure they'll be picking specific defenders they want to target. Knowing they're probably slightly slower than the other one.
Yes, George Baker hovering in the number 9 shirt up there, trying to break through in the attack for Canterbury. His sister Emily played in the Canterbury Cats team in the early game. Coming through the Marist ranks, those two. Happy to hold the ball. Now forward they go. Again, that pressure, and it's Baker's putting pressure on, securing possession again, the pair of them. Wonderful work, and a great foray up that left flank. Now, what can Bryden do with the ball now? Drives it at the goal. Got to stay down so low, don't you? Those balls come across, you have to be just as courageous as a penalty corner defensive runner.
Yes, often those attackers, Leslie, unsighted on the far post. Ball coming through pairs of feet, pairs of ankles.
Sure foray, Sam Grimshaw. That's what you were good at.
I think if you just get on the ground, you've got a good chance of tapping that one in. Again, Canterbury really applying the pressure in the tackle zone here.
Yeah,
Umpire Sam Dora not too happy with that aggression though. One of the Canterbury team to clean it up a wee bit.
Up and over, the overhead. And expertly bunted out the end. Wearing 17, Felix Rolls. Handy for the defence just to take a breath. Gets so frantic, doesn't it? Look at the pressure coming on from Wellington now, their turn. That pressure on that Canterbury defence. And waves, they come. Darling offloads. He's got a couple of options. Chooses to go in the middle of the turf. It's a chess game. It's all about angles, where you deliver the ball, where it's really the work that is being done off the ball in a lot of ways that counts more.
The mistrip here from Lawrence Darling, allowing Wellington to push forward.
Mortimer doing the work for Wellington. Now Bryden keeps it in the field of play. Across to the right, switching the point of attack, stretching open that Wellington defence are Canterbury, and within 2 or 3 passes they are in the attacking circle. Baker, here's the ball. Halfway through the second quarter, 2-1 Canterbury. A goal apiece in the first, and David Bryden getting the second Canterbury goal. They've stolen the ball once again. It's been a feature in the second 15 so far for Canterbury, putting pressure on the ball carrier and pinching the ball.
Yeah, possibly something they spoke about at quarter time before, trying to apply a bit more pressure on the ball carrier, force the turnovers. It's always a great opportunity to score a goal and press forward on a turnover in field hockey.
Austin gets the ball and bunted upfield, 1-2-3 pass in the middle. That is great work in there, the shot at goal, and goalkeeper for Wellington does superbly well as well. A close angle into the spot. No, that'll be a free out for Wellington. But putting the ball in the really tough places for the defence.
Really great pass here on the outlet.
Work. Goalkeeper 1-on-1, shot at goal, goes wide, had an opportunity. He really did Sajin Patel.
Great to see Louis Beckett stepping out of off the goal line, putting some pressure on the attacker, not letting him get the clean shot away. As we see the overhead, 50, 60, 70 metres down the field, Leslie. And just wide there by the Wellington attacker.
Exactly how you called it, Sam Grimshaw, the goalkeeper coming out, reducing the angle. He didn't have a lot to look at, did he, in terms of the goal, the open goal. So I guess the kudos in that instant goes to Beckett and goal. They're playing the game at pace and not hanging around taking those free hits, are they? They're trying to exert all kinds of pressure on this defensive unit from the capital city.
Sure, Canterbury looking to go quick, hopefully.
Been impressed with Stefford when he's come on for Canterbury. We're in 13.
Again, Cam Stefford, one of the many CPL champions here in the Canterbury Cavaliers team for high school old boys during the season. Lethal in front of goal this season for high school old boys. Again, we're looking over. Dane let the long ball.
Morrison offloads. Finds Yorston, who's been the kingpin in the midfield. Simon Yorston. I'll tell you what I've enjoyed so far in this match, Sam, is that there has not been much whistle.
Yeah, great to see umpires Sam Doran and Ben Grant letting the game flow. Pace of play is always something that the umpires love to appreciate. Let the players show their skills. They're there to protect the players from danger, but apart from that, they love to see the game flow as well, these umpires.
Absolutely. I had a chat with Grant Edwards yesterday about how they'd approach this, and he said, look, I just want them to get out there and show everything that they've got, you know, run themselves ragged, but really show their level of skill, hard running, aggressive, and that's exactly what Wellington probably want to do as well. But this again, Yorston showing his class.
Our first green card of the game, Leslie. Umpire Ben Grant not happy with the tackling down the right flank there from the Wellington team.
A lot of chat. Into the circle it goes.
I think in the men's game as well, as soon as you're a player down, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defensive unit.
And a green card's only 2 minutes, so they've got to do it quickly.
As a defensive team, it still feels like a very long time, 2 minutes.
Van Verkum's gone right back and helped out. Defence brings the ball through and looking just to keep the ball. Canterbury come away with it. Joe Morrison saw the free player out on the right and said, here it is. Great vision, played at pace. Hard angle to get that ball into the circle, isn't it? A lot of players congesting around that area as well. Oh, great pass, what a ball. That is just terrific.
Here's Lachlan Patton finding himself in a wee bit of space out on the near side of the field. But again, as soon as you're a man down, it's a bit of a struggle to move forward. Wellington with 10 men, camping deep on defence, and as soon as they get the ball, it's hard to push forward without that extra player.
That's a great ball out of defence as well. That is really terrific. The accuracy that we're seeing is really impressive from both teams. Again, just not able to keep the ball under control, but Simons...
Might be an injury there, Leslie. Number 16 for Wellington coming out of defence, hobbling off the field. That's not looking good.
It's Josh Simons. Take a bit of time, hold the ball, regather. And a free hit to Wellington, they'll enjoy that. Won't stop them from having a go. Nice 1-2 between 10 and the 9. Running out of turf. Smith getting more vocal, both teams. Didn't quite agree with the ref. Again, very deliberate, aren't they, Wellington?
Looks like a slight change in tactic here from Wellington, trying to spread the play.
Now the pace, again, an impetus from Canterbury. Morrison trying to find Baker. Morrison J gets dispossessed. And the ball comes away to Wellington through the middle, gets the ball back. Good 1-2, it's just not quite accurate. Great ability to transfer from deep defence into attack. Strength, but more about it's reading the game and getting the passes away where it's going to hurt the defence the most. Up that right flank. And a nice soft hand pass, but it doesn't go where he wants it. Oh, got a bit nudge and get the free hit. Felix Rolls holds his own. Wellington. Dane Lett hovers out on the right flank. Sufficient, isn't it? Just taking the ball in, knowing what they have to do. Nick Lidstone wearing 6 for Canterbury, a talented cricketer as well. He's played in the New Zealand under-19s. Now Morrison again sets off. And that is the hooter. And very quick again, the second 15. As Ethan Karush limps off for Wellington, protesting that it was a high ball. Look at him in the middle there. But at the moment, we go to the break, and it is Canterbury who take the lead through that David Bryden second goal. And at half-time, it's 2-1 to the team wearing red and black over Wellington. Otautahi Cup, and second half about to begin between the Wellington men and the Canterbury Cavaliers. The Canterbury Cavs enjoying that 2-1 advantage. And the goal scorers for Canterbury, Jack Gilbert and David Bryden. And Dane Lett expertly finished at the penalty corner. But equally for Canterbury, they have saved one of his as well. So that will thrill them. But probably the best conditions of the day so far, with more clouds being burnt off by the sun after a very overcast start to the beginning of Otautahi Cup 2021. Sam Grimshaw providing expert comments. And Sam, you'd have to say both those Canterbury goals were really good finishing from teamwork opportunities.
Looked to me like slightly against the run of play for Canterbury. They're 2 goals, but great to see nevertheless putting them away. Wellington will be happy with the pressure they're putting on Canterbury. They look to push forward again through Dane Lett.
Pushing himself a bit higher up into the field, the Tokyo Olympian.
See Grant Edwards looking to opt to keep Louis Beckett in goal for the Canterbury Cavaliers. Wellington at their end, Will Zhao stepping out of the cage. Max Ruffle jumping in for his turn in the second half.
Quick footwork and quick stick work. Well, that was really poor. And almost a frustration, wasn't it, that he didn't get the possession and just swung round, and that's why Canterbury come away with the free hit. Haven't seen too much clash of sticks, and only one green card in it so far, which is what you really want. You want the players to be on the field, but if there has been some clumsy tackles, then they get pinged.
Yeah, I think we saw the umpires control the game well from the start, Leslie. A couple of strong whistles, encouraging the players to stop the ball, take their free hits, really see the tempo of the game, the umpires, and from there it sort of managed itself throughout that second quarter. And
get 5 where you need to.
Really helps clean the game up, as we see the new goalkeeper Max Ruffle out there.
They're playing hockey, that's what they all must be thinking, and donning their province's colours, and that's exciting. Now Bryden through the middle this time, gets checked.
The 2 Black Sticks teammates there.
Yeah.
Bit of a tussle in the midfield. Dane coming away with the spoils this time.
Delivers the ball, beautiful pass. We've seen some lovely passes from Dane Lett, and it's just what his team can do. Can he finish? Baker getting it on the bottom of his foot. He wants it back where it happened. And it makes a difference as to what you can do, because you can push the ball in like that if you're outside the 22. If you're inside, you can't, of course. So it does make a difference where you take the ball from. It was a corner. Dyer gets it back. Patton, the captain, what can he do? Lachlan Patton. They've still got the ball. They're denying Canterbury the possession as they look to mount. Dane Lett has it.
See the Wellington team looking pretty methodical at the moment. Not wanting to give away position needlessly.
Patton.
Looking to recycle the ball again.
There's 4 Canterbury players surrounding the ball carrier, and they still got the pass away, but they're putting the pressure on. But equally, Wellington are denying Canterbury any possession opportunities here. They will have learnt from that second quarter, Sam, when Canterbury pinched the ball quite often. Came through and took the ball off them. This is Van Verkum with the ball. Benedict Van Verkum into the circle, but well picked off. Now they've got an opportunity. They have Canterbury just to hold the ball. But they do like to mount at speed. And they've got the ball through Ryan Wallace. Can't hold it.
A couple of old Southern United teammates. Ryan Wallace, Callum Slavin. Jostling for the ball on the far side. Ryan, South African-born Ryan Wallace. Known for his speed, athleticism.
Little battles within the game.
It's great to see the players before the game. A couple of high fives, a couple of hugs. Embracing each other after not seeing them for a couple of years. It's fantastic to see the hockey community coming together.
Sure is. He got the call.
Bryden overloading.
Yep, he read it well, didn't he, David Bryden? Look at that, trying to keep it in, the commitment from the young man who went to Tokyo. It's nothing short of what we've come to expect from him anyway. He certainly throws himself into it, David Bryden. Anything for the team cause.
We see another effortless overhead there. Such a simple way to get the ball 50 metres up the field.
Absolutely. Make the ball do the work, isn't that the old adage? Again, this is another example of Wellington holding the ball. It's been a real feature in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter.
It's a really good way to zap the energy from the Canterbury strikers as well. Hold the ball, make the Canterbury team do the running. Look to open up different channels up the field.
And, you know, the players will have the game plan spelled out to them as to what the coaches want, but sometimes you have to adjust and change it and react to what the other team's putting on.
I think with 3 games in 2 days, it's going to be really interesting to see if teams do analyse the other team, change the style of play, look to capitalise where they can. It's going to be a long night for the coaches tonight, I think, looking at some footage. Umpire Ben Grant looking to go back in play, sending Ryan Wallace off to the sideline for another 2-minute spell on the side.
All right, Wellington now with a chance. They're certainly creating, aren't they?
That's what you talked about before, inside or outside the 23 line there. It's really important where they take it from.
Yep.
Imperative if the umpires get that one right.
Let coming up, you get the impression they would love to get themselves another penalty corner and make his presence felt. Now being very careful. Bradshaw, look at him giving the commands in the deep defence for Canterbury.
I think this 2-minute spell with Canterbury down a player is going to be a crucial moment in the match. Wellington one behind, really looking to push forward, level up the scores. Canterbury will probably look to slow the game down a wee bit, run the clock down, get Ryan Wallace back on the field.
Yeah, that's what we saw of Wellington do when they were reduced to 10 in that second quarter. A strong whistle. Bryden's screaming for it on the right, but too late. The little area got sawn off. He's got it back anyway. Look at that. What a hit to have. Sweep hit. But again, just denying Canterbury the chance to have the ball. And when Canterbury are getting the ball, so intent is their attacking ploy that they're not quite keeping it under control.
Yeah, it seems to happen a lot in field hockey. One team has the ball for a long period of time, then you finally get the ball off them, and then you're so eager to push forward. That's when you turn the ball over back to the other team.
We talked about it being a game of chess. When to move forward, when not. Bradshaw looks left, finds his player.
Yeah, a bit of a change here at the back for the Cavaliers. I think Felix Rolls playing centre back before. Bradshaw now moved into the centre, pushing Felix out to the right. As we see a bit of a turnover. Ooh, well played by Brad.
Rolls has it now, and Bryden. Brave stuff. Jordan Cohen for Wellington. This is Felix Rolls. Pressure on that ball coming out from the outlet ball for Canterbury. Oh, he's done really well. Got the pass away too. George Baker just couldn't drag it in. Some nice work out of defence. He's been very prominent for Wellington, has Jordan Cohen. Here he is with the ball. Oh, look at that. Look at that skill level. He's beating two. He's running rings around them. Oh, he's been dispossessed. Fabulous skill on show. Oh, it's the big stick came over the top from Cohen again. He's in the play and he's really enjoying it. Trying to make a difference. Yeah, David Bryden with the ball offloads. To the middle, Baker has players ahead of him, gets the ball away, pierces the gap between the defenders, and the crowd applauding for that creativity. Gee, Look, it's end-to-end stuff at the moment, isn't it? It's one after the other. This is Madder with the ball. Dyer trying to... That is a penalty corner for intentional foul.
And a yellow,
and a yellow
Leslie.
as well, a double hurt. That is a double hurt. So not only is it a penalty corner and stopped the attacker in his tracks.
No real complaints from Bradshaw, though. Bowed his head, headed over to the sideline.
Professional foul. Not done on purpose, I don't think, but that's going to hurt because that's going to be more than 5 minutes in the seat. And we've talked about the all-important set-piece play at penalty corner without Shaw in the back. Joe Morrison or Bryce Smith, who's going to run out fast? On the post, is it Nick Lidston or Ryan Wallace? This is Dane Lett at goal. Oh, good save. Fabulous. Picked the right side, didn't he? The correct side to go to, his right.
Really confident move there by Louis Beckett.
Yep.
Picked his side, went there strongly, made a great save.
Well, that's a bit of a let-off for Canterbury, isn't it? Through an expert save from Louis Beckett in goal. So that's 2 to him, 1 to Dane.
There's a funny wee battle there between the drag flicker and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, another wave of the Wellington shirts as Lett takes the ball over to the right. Charlie Morrison dispossesses, gets the pass away in a very awkward little area of the turf. So just using up a bit of time. I've got at least another 4 minutes before they get back to 11 players with Bradshaw off through that tackle.
By Ben Grant, happy to let the play wave on. I'm sure we'll look for some of the Cavaliers. David Bryden, Nick Lidstone looking to control the game.
Bit of body play, and that's a card for the body play. And that's probably been very consistent, Sajin Patel, by the refs. So a little bit of extra aunchy-graunchy coming into the game now, Sam. A bit more intensity, and those tackles are harder, a bit more physicality. So Canterbury with the yellow card at the moment and Wellington with the green.
I'm sure Wellington coach Bjorn Dick won't be too happy with that, Leslie. Wellington getting a man up, a minute later conceding a player, going back to even again.
And it was unnecessary too, really.
It was.
Here they come again, that wave of black towards the Canterbury goal. Here's Grant Edwards on the right.
Dane Lett calling the team out, wanting the strikers to retreat back to halfway, not trying to press too heavily here.
Lawrence Darling punts the ball off to Bryden, and he opts to go left.
Canterbury won't mind this, Wellington falling away back towards halfway.
Upfield it goes. Trying the game at pace, Lett. Again, opting for that right side. He does favour that. No hurry to take the free hit. You can understand why when you've got a player sitting on the yellow card chair. He's probably got, what, half to go? 2 minutes? I don't know how many he gave him because you can give him more than 5, of course.
Great through ball to George Baker, running onto it. Again, great aggressive goalkeeping by Max.
Yeah, I think that Baker was claiming he was out of the circle. He needed the other umpire to come up and help. This is Cohen. Oh, look at that. He's mesmerising.
Great advantage played by the umpires, letting the ball play on off the foot.
Keeping control at the moment, keeping possession. Wellington, and a minute to go in that third quarter. They're 2-1 down. No scoring action so far in this quarter.
Wellington back to the full 11, Leslie. Final minute of the half, of the quarter.
Nice little skill as well on that baseline. So dangerous, isn't it? You've got options if players are in the right position. Oh, it's a very testing time, 40 seconds left in the third, 15. Oh, everybody doing their best to try and keep the ball. Oh, he snuck in front, didn't he? Liam Mortimer got in front of the marker, but they've got the free hit, Canterbury have. I mean, it's half the skill, isn't it, is knowing when to go, when to move. Darling will be keen just to get it up the flanks. Well, he was looking for the main chance. Ryan Wallace was up there, and that is the hooter for the third 15. He might have hurt himself a little bit there too, Wallace, but they'll go off and they'll get some new instructions, both sets of teams. But at the end of the third quarter in this Otautahi March Cup, it is Canterbury 2, Wellington men 1. Beautifully poised going into the last quarter. In this match, it's 2-1 to Canterbury, but Wellington have shown us in that last 15, Sam Grimshaw, that they can hold the ball for periods of time and put pressure on that Canterbury defence.
I'm sure Canterbury coach Grant Edwards will be happy with his goalkeeper, Louis Beckett, really making some crucial saves for the Cavaliers on the baseline.
Back to a full complement, Canterbury now. Oh, this is a great steal. A loss of concentration. And this is Patel. Great work in deep defence. Getting in front. Reach. 50-50 ball. Baker. And Burkham. And a penalty corner awarded. No quarter given. Being pinged a couple of times now for some tough tackles, Canterbury. And this gives Dane Lett another opportunity. A man wearing 14.
He's gone to that. Gone to the favoured bottom left 3 times now, Leslie. It'll be interesting to see if Dane or the Wellington bracket change it up. Whether the drag flick is the weapon of choice or maybe a variation. Callum Slavin on the bracket hasn't had a turn yet. One of the top goal scorers in the Wellington League.
Let's have a look. What they do. They are 2-1 down. Plenty of time left in the match. It is Dane Lett. No, it is going to be from. He gets down on the ground. The goalkeeper does really well. In situations where it breaks down like that, you've got to make decisions about whether you stay at home or go out. but at least show the ball as much surface area of your pads or your body as you can. A great goalkeeping.
Yeah, it's amazing the decision-making these goalkeepers have to make.
Split second when you see how quick the players are around you. I think he's done extremely well. Oh, good hassle, and he's won it as well. That's reward, isn't it, for all that hard, relentless running and putting pressure on George Baker.
Looking to transfer the play, Josh Irwin to his Marist teammate Joey Morrison.
Back in the middle, and the ball out wide, stretching, going from one side to the other, into the middle, along the baseline now for Canterbury, and a chance for a stroke, because he stopped the Shaw goal, and the plaudits for Canterbury.
And again, that's the decision-making, Leslie. Goalkeeper deciding whether to come out and stay on his line. Max choosing to come out this time. Josh Ewan dribbling down the baseline. Goalkeeper out. And it sort of leaves Sam Doran with no other choice. Goalkeeper out of the picture. Simon Yorston stepping up to take the stroke.
Which side will he go? Will he go high or low? Oh, efficient. So efficient, wasn't it? And the speed and the angle that he was able to put that in. And that takes hours of practice.
Yeah, we see in the replay here, goalkeeper going to his bottom right. Simon putting it bottom left.
Yeah, well, at the speed of the ball going, you do have to make a punt, don't you? You have to take a punt.
What was your play, Leslie, when you were a goalkeeper on a defensive stroke?
I used to look, because it was a bit different, obviously, not the same speed or strength involved, and it was just looking at the angle of the stick coming through.
No mind games in the goal?
Oh, yeah, plenty of those. Take as long as you can. I wouldn't have been in there so quick as what we saw there. Make you go in there. But anyway, 3-1 is the score. And it's all about taking your chances when it counts. And they have had chances, Wellington. This man has had a few, Dane Lett.
I'm sure we'll see the next 12 to 13 minutes open up a little bit more. Wellington looking to throw the ball forward, need 2 goals to get back into this game.
A lot more talk, isn't there? The vocals coming out from both teams. Lett giving us a full array of his skills, putting the ball where it counts and puts the most pressure on. Goalkeeper there, keeping the ball out wide, which is where he has to. Pirouettes back to the goal mouth. What was that about? Oh, it's all about entertainment, isn't it? Brilliant.
Goalkeeper's generally the more energetic player on the field. You've got to have something special about you, Leslie, to be in the goal there.
Yeah, they're the most important player, let's face it. They'll win games for you.
Hero or the villain sometimes, aren't they?
Exactly. How many times do they win shootouts? Gold medals at stake. I think of Vincent Van Asch for Belgium at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Fantastic keeper.
Be interesting to see in these final 10 minutes if Wellington do leave their goalkeeper on. Of course, in field hockey, they can take their goalkeeper off, put an extra field player on, really stretch the Canterbury defence.
I would love someone to do some stats on that to see. I mean, it would be hard. Everybody would have to buy into it and send stuff to a designated website saying this is when we took them off. Does it work? Our chance for Canterbury.
Definitely an all-or-nothing strategy, bringing the goalkeeper off.
Not a bad ploy, though, is it? (3-1) Canterbury over Wellington, and just under 10 minutes left in the game. Just not letting that ball enter that defensive quarter. who's got the staying power, who's got the legs to go the final 9 minutes. It's a long time in a hockey match, as we know. Got to give him some opportunity to get back. Some mesmerising stick work in there, time from Jaden Parbu. And they've taken it quickly, but well read by Joe Morrison. Cam Stefford, I'm super impressed with his work rate and his reading of the game. Darling offloads to Morrison. Some of those tackles getting willing.
I think a bit of desperation starting to creep in here for the Wellington team. Really need to strike soon if they want to get any chance of getting back into this game. Joey Morrison, triple team to the midfield.
No one's in a hurry to pick up that and take it quickly. Canterbury don't have to. They're 2 goals ahead, 3-1. And they've decided to overturn the free hit because they were taking too long.
This isn't Ben Grant's first game, Leslie. He knows exactly what was happening there. Referee Ben Grant.
Fair enough, though. It seemed to be taking an extraordinary amount of time. And it is about the flow. Smith and Baker. Goes on for the overlap. Darling gets it through. Growing confidence, gets it back, and a good one too, and a big shove. No whistle. They keep going. Smith and into the circle, and you have to be so accurate in trapping that, or else you'll have a penalty corner against you. Oh, it's a wonderful dribble out of defence from Dane Lett, as you'd expect someone who plays at the very highest level to be that accurate. A lot of chat, especially coming out of the Canterbury defence.
Had a feeling that umpires might come back here, Leslie, to the tackle by number 20 from Wellington recently. No, my mistake. Goalkeeper Max coming off for Wellington. Extra field player being added.
Let's keep an eye on that as they press forward. There's just under 6 minutes left in the match. And of course, while they do press forward, it does leave them open at the back.
Yes, we see here all Wellington players over the halfway line.
And the rules have changed about that extra field player as well in defence.
Yes, previously the defender was allowed to put a bib on, goalkeeper rights, which meant the field player was allowed to play the ball with their body. But obviously, great decision from World Hockey to take that away. You don't want to see a field player using their body to stop these shots at goal.
No, exactly. Especially when you're playing for King and Country. Don't want to have that kind of pressure on you. Now Wellington. Cohen. He's the energiser on that third 15, wasn't he?
Doesn't stop, does he, Leslie?
No.
Jordan Cohen winning the penalty corner there. As he subbed off in the third quarter, saw him sprawled across the ground in the dugout.
He had so much action within about a 3 or 4 minute period, didn't he? He was everywhere. They have to make a statement with 4 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock. They are 2 goals behind Wellington. They've had opportunities here at the set play in the second quarter, in the third quarter, and the defence have mopped up. Bradshaw's in there. It is Danelet again. He'll have another go. Oh, fabulous work. That's Shaw.
Shaw.
That's brilliant work as he brings the ball into the midfield. That is outstanding.
Here it is, the open net at the back. George Baker looking to coast into the middle of the cage.
Goal number 4, and that is all due to Bradshaw in deep defence. Goalkeeper saved first, then Shaw brought the ball out, and the structure that you have to have when you get the runaway here.
Yes, we see Bradshaw with a quick outlet. Jack Gilbert summing it up nicely. George Baker calmly finishing it in the open goal. And that's the risk you take, putting there, taking the keeper off, extra player on the field. As we saw after the goal, Louis Beckett, the Canterbury goalkeeper, jumping up and down again, Leslie. Really happy with being able to keep Danelet out so many times today.
Now, why wouldn't he be? It's fantastic. And that's the reason why... Oh, what a goal from the reverse stick and an acute angle as well. And what a reply. Almost as if the concentration had gone from Canterbury, but it certainly hadn't from Wellington.
Yes, there was a wee bit of a lull after that goal. Some of the energy dropping away as we see Louis Beckett coming out of off his line again, making the first upside back to the Wellington attacker.
Was that Benedict van Berken, was it?
I believe it was Benedict on the far side of the circle there. Really great skill to see that upright reverse stick shot. Really cleanly hit into the bottom corner. That might give Wellington another wee glimmer of hope.
We boost. Now, we talked about the Otautahi Cup and the fact that a sprinkling of Olympians have made themselves available, sprinkled throughout the teams, the top 4 teams anyway, and just gives not only them, but the players they're playing with and the players they're playing against such an opportunity. This is a great run too from Ryan Wallace. Shot at goal from the top.
Great save by the Wellington defender.
Oh, that's so brave, isn't it? 3 minutes left, 4-2, Canterbury lead. Wellington playing without a keeper, the dying minutes. Oh, Danelet holding his own. Got the call, Joe Morrison, to let's just try and keep the ball, keep our structure. And Wallace. Slavin's been good for Wellington. Not good enough that time, but Nick Lidstone got the tackle. And that's just a little unforced error coming in the last 2 and a bit minutes of the match. They're not giving up, Wellington, are they? They are keeping on hunting. He's very quick, isn't he, Lawrence Darling, despite being a tall man. Played on is the call, and goalkeeper out a long way. Still a chance for Wellington. They've got the ball. Shot at goal and wide. Minute 20 left. And the gloom and the clouds starting to come down here at Ngā Punawai. Shot there, look, strong, isn't it? Too many players in there, congested area.
Great ball through, foot. Umpire Ben Grant, he's inside the circle. Felix Rolls, number 17, not looking too impressed with that decision.
Not giving up, Wellington. That fast counter-attack that we've been treated to all game makes the game so exciting to watch, doesn't it?
And this is it, Leslie. Wellington must score here. Of course, clock stops at the penalty corner, so there's no time pressure at the moment. But I'm sure as soon as they can get this one in the cage, they'll be back to halfway, setting up, ready for the final minute of play.
It's interesting, they haven't changed what they've done, especially from the inject. Dane Lett just swivels the stick in his hands. And here he is again, high.
He's got hold of that one.
He did. And another penalty corner, yep. It just shows you the thud, you could hear that on the upright. Let's have another look at it. Wow, it is so fast.
Looking to reset again, Dane Lett on the bracket again. I'm sure we'll see another drag flick.
Taking it in, oh, this time bit of subtlety. Oh, terrific line defending.
Simon Yawson on the line.
Well, stop to shore goal, no doubt about that. And look where he exited the ball, out square too, not straight back into the middle. Just in the last 15 seconds, so happy for the ball to be down here. Here he is, Cohen with the ball. And a corner. So wanting to use every second of the match, not giving up. Liam Mortimer. Oh, and Lawrence Darling gets that on the shoulder. And that should be, oh, penalty corner. Got help from the other umpire.
Yeah, great work by the two umpires there, working together. Of course, the umpire in charge on the far side, Ben Grant, probably unsighted by quite a few players in the way. The near side, help side umpire, Sam Doran, helping him out. You feel bad as a defender, don't you? You get hit by the ball in the face or the shoulder, and you can see the penalty corner. It doesn't quite seem right sometimes, does it, Leslie?
No, it doesn't seem fair at all.
Where's Weinbeck, who created the danger.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Deflected up off the defender's stick into his own body.
Felix Rolls is in there, so is Lawrence Darling.
Final play of the game. Wellington looking for a consolation goal.
They brought every player up as you're allowed to. Here he is, big swing, big save. It got the Wellington foot. It wasn't called, coming back out, and fair enough. The crowd that's here applauding what has been a very, very entertaining match between these two, but Canterbury definitely with the ascendancy. And I think that fairly sums it up. Goals to Jack Gilbert, David Bryden, Simon Yorston, George Baker, and for Wellington, Dane Lett and Benedict van Berkem. But it is Canterbury who come away with the win points, and over the capital city side they have taken this game by 4-2. Your final thoughts, Sam Grimshaw?
Great to see hockey back on the main stage again, Leslie. Awesome to see these teams out there playing for their association. It's really fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the hockey over the next couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. There they are, shaking hands, but it is Canterbury who take the win points. There's still some talk there between Dane Lett and the goalkeeper. A few more words to be exchanged, friendly of course, but it is Canterbury who have the win by 4-2 over Wellington.